Good afternoon. It is afternoon, right?
Afternoon, yeah, confirmed. It's past 2 o'clock. It's closing down to 2:30. That's middle of the afternoon.
So we've got an international matchup, cross-border. We've got a local team, Wipe My Ass, from here in Zems. They're all just down the road from the curling club, and then Viry Châtillon 2 from they're south part of Paris or south of Paris, very kind of like an outside city, if you will, or just outside the ring. Big matchup here in round B or League B. Whoa.
I haven't. This is League C, by the way.
It's League C. I haven't been speaking much today, so my words aren't coming. My words aren't there yet. I'm not warmed up. Brain's not firing on all cylinders. But important match. Wipe My Ass. They're sitting 3-0-1. So they're still fighting for that promotion spot. Unfortunately, Viry has not had a great weekend. This is their last match. They are not going to get promoted. I think they've been officially eliminated, but they can still have an effect. A win on this, make them feel better how the end of their season could knock Wipe My Ass out of the playoff picture or out of the promotion zone. So, still lots to play for here.
Yeah, indeed. And I think one of the reasons we've picked this game to broadcast is it's because of the Wipe My Ass boys. We haven't seen them on stream this season, but we know they have a huge fan base. We have people watching out there, but also here in the venue. They tend up to put their flags, wave around. They are able to rally their family to watch the game, so that's always nice. They bring a nice atmosphere and a nice kind of vibe to the game.
Rally is a nice way to say they forced their family to come. We're not going to pick nits on this one.
Yeah, so a quick look at the standings. Let's see where we are here at League C. So first thing I've noticed, and this is something I've mentioned yesterday to the team, I am impressed by the progression of the Luxembourg ladies. I think if I recall games, we rewatched some games of the team last season. They were struggling. They were not the best team in the league, but suddenly they brought in a coach. They start practicing. I don't know what happens, but they're a very decent team.
Yeah, whatever they've done.
Performances, and just kudos to the team. And they just look like a solid team. I think they now have kind of more or less fixed lineup, and the routine starts to kick in, and you can see that already kind of showing in the results here.
Yeah, and they've been training together, and so whatever they've been doing is working, and they should keep doing it. Sitting up there, 4-0-1, one loss, looking really strong to promote. A win today will guarantee them promotion. A draw would still leave things kind of murky, but still leave them in a pretty strong position. They need some things to happen, but it's still got to play these matches. But a win, they guarantee. Jakob Juk, we'll see them, I think, in April.
I think it's in April, yeah. I think there is a batch of games in the second weekend of April, and then maybe a weekend after or 2 weeks after. I expect also a lot from Jakob Juk. They had a solid performance. They didn't bring their A-level game, therefore they're relegated. But I think they are still yet to prove their best performances. So I would consider Jakob Juk together with Wipe My Ass as the better teams here in this C League. And they still have a lot of games to play. Only played half of their games, but they won all of their games. So they're also in a comfortable seat.
Very strong
but they still have to defeat that position too. If Wipe My Ass wins here, pressure's on. And I think at this stage, there are 3 teams in the race for 2 promotion spots. It's Wipe My Ass, Jakob Juk, and Luxembourg ladies. So we're going to see some interesting stuff here in League C.
Yeah, so Wipe My Ass has already played Luxembourg ladies, so they've got that tiebreaker going against them. They have yet to play Jakob Juk, so anything can happen there. That match is going to be in April, so that could come down to if the scheduling gods have done anything right, they would put that match as the last one, and a winner gets promotion kind of match. That would be fantastic. I won't guarantee we'll broadcast it. It really depends on what's going on, but it certainly would have consideration for being on the cast.
Definitely. It's nice to call Dirk the scheduling gods. I think we complimented him yesterday, and now scheduling gods, also formerly known as Dirk, FC Dirk, the man with the mustache, the myth, the legend, as Dan would say. Dan and Tuur also playing today on the ice, so no Dan and Tuur today in chat.
Well, or Timo, or Jeroen, they were all in the chat yesterday.
Yeah. Or big fans, big supporters, they will be playing, and they play against Team Vernio. Nice game in the League A, and we'll also have a Luxembourg ladies playing against. I forgot who they play against. Is it
the Curling Cubs?
Curling Cubs? Yeah, Curling
the
Cubs won this
juniors,
morning.
They won a big match this morning to
Yep.
get off, put some points on the board. I want to say, unfortunately, no, they still have a chance because they have this match and then they have 2 more. So they still have a chance to kind of move up in the rankings, but it's going to be difficult. They're
It's
going to
gonna be
need some
difficult.
help to get up there.
They're gonna have to count on tiebreakers, I guess, because with 2 losses, they will probably tie with a team there, and then we'll see how that will go.
But you never know. Yekapyuk could come in and they could throw up a big bagel in the last weekend. We don't know what's going to happen.
That's true.
You still have to play the matches on the ice. We can talk about it till we're blue in the face, and we will because we like to. But there's it doesn't matter what we say. It only matters what happens out there. We saw it yesterday too with Staying Good, and Don Shropkas. Not that we thought the Donstrapses was bad, but that we hadn't seen them very much. They were kind of an unknown, but Olaf hitting that amazing game winner, with his last stone. Go watch it. It's on the channel. Go if you missed it. It'll also be coming out as a YouTube short next week. Fantastic double takeout for the win. That was amazing.
Yeah, normally we don't show the matches, but I guess there was no question about that stone.
There
it
was
was
100%
incredible. Even kind of trying to recall it in my memory gives me goosebumps again.
Yeah.
And I think it's like you said, you can't kind of rule out teams as long as the last game haven't been played. We thought Steenhoed, they were looking very comfortable in that top position, 3 wins and 3 games. They won against what we thought were their main competitors, Kick Up Köln, Team Ries, then Kick Up Köln and Team Ries, they tied against each other. So things were looking great, but it was too soon, apparently, for Steenhoed to do the Hertman helicopter because, 2 losses later, things were wide open again in League B.
Yep. So I think now it's time to go to the prediction. Well, first we look at the schedule. So right now we're going to have Wipe My Ass versus Viry Châtillon 2. It's my worst French. It's also my best French. And then later tonight, we're going to have Blue Huskies against Yellow Brick Daltons. The Yellow Brick Daltons used to be Curling Stones, but they also had a doubles team named Curling Stones, so they renamed their 4-man team. I guess they really like Cowboys and Bricks. I don't know where that.
It's also apparently a parking app here in Belgium, but I have to do my background check.
It is, yeah. So I don't know what that has to do with it. Maybe they've got a sponsor.
Who knows?
Good for them.
Yeah.
But we'll be seeing them later on tonight. But we're going to focus on this match right here. Wipe My Ass for Viry Châtillon. Since you were the winner last night, you get to pick first in this one.
Yes, that is true. I was the winner last night. Sorry, I have to repeat myself once more here, but
he's never sorry. He's never sorry.
Yeah. Well, this is also a close game. Wipe My Ass. People tend to underestimate Wipe My Ass. Let's talk about the team here. They come into the venue, they drink some Orval, some Duvels, they have some beers. They don't do the kind of full professional warm-up with yoga stretches, all that kind of stuff. They look like very fun guys on the ice. And people who don't know the team, I'm pretty sure they will underestimate Wipe My Ass. You'll think, okay, these are the Bonspiel type of team. Also, the name Wipe My Ass and the logo kind of follows that narrative. But then, as you come onto the ice and start playing, they can actually perform. Vincent, Ben, they're all very decent curlers, and they also have that kind of vibe and atmosphere. They never give up. They stay focused. They do not lack confidence, and that kind of gets into the head of opponents. And also knowing that Viry was struggling a bit, I'm going for Wipe My Ass for this prediction here.
Of course you would. All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna. I feel like Celine and the gang, they're gonna pull things around. I'm just gonna counter pick because 1, I need to try to get some points on the board, but 2, I've seen them play. I know that they can play better than they did yesterday. So, and actually, we didn't even get to see them yesterday. I just know I think it was a close loss. So
I don't really recall, but I think they haven't shown their true potential and their true strength so far. We've played them with Takeout Tigers. That was our last game where we had to play for promotion to League A. They gave us a tough time, and they're a decent team, but I think they had some bad luck here and there.
So I'm thinking they're gonna get things reversed. They're gonna find their footing. They're gonna get the stones where they need to go. And so I'm gonna take Viry 2. I'm going to butcher their name all afternoon. I'm going to do my best yet worst at French, and we'll see. So if anybody out there is watching from France, bonjour. Voulez-vous le début? And that's going to be it. I think it looks like they're finishing their second LSD right now.
Yeah, if you're watching out there, we are on YouTube. We always have chat open, so people, fans, random guys, people dropping in. If you have questions, if you have feedback, if you have predictions, if you have opinions, drop them in chat. We'll read it and respond to it. We'll kind of keep an eye open to our chat, and I think we can hop on to the LSD. And I noticed that there is a very, very good LSD there from Wipe My Ass. They're measuring it right now. It is very close to the pin, probably less than 10 centimeters.
Oh, that's more than 10 centimeters. That's like 18.
18.
And I will go look at the scorecard to make sure that that's right. It's going to be closer to 18 than it will be to 10. But a very good one there. We will see who will be starting out with the hammer. Handshakes to get things started. Say good job, good luck.
Let's try to catch that Wipe My Ass shout. I know they do that kind of thing in the beginning.
Are they yellow? They're yellow.
So maybe if they do it, unmute the mics from Wipe My Ass, because could be a nice one.
Go.
Wipe my ass.
Yes. Very fun guys. They enjoy themselves out on the ice, and they always have fun whether they win or lose. They tend to have a lot more fun when they win, but hey, they still usually have smiles on their faces.
Yep.
All right, looks like Wipe My Ass is putting their stone out first, so that will mean that Viry has the hammer. We got it right. And so here we go with end number 1. Yost bringing the first stone out of the hack for them.
Sliding slightly outside, but the stone is the thing that matters. We are back on the B sheet, so we will have overhead cameras again today. Also a kind of a nicer symmetrical picture.
Just a little bit heavy. He's going to carry through. Celine just making sure that goes out.
Là?
We will be getting French commentary from Celine, and I have no idea if I'll be able to understand it. Pim, you are going to have to do some translating on the fly.
I will do.
I hope you know all the swear words. I know.
I know a couple, yeah.
I know a couple, but not sure they'd be ones that she would actually use.
I've heard some of them yesterday when we were playing
Allez-y,
1.
allez, allez. Allez, à fond, à fond, à fond. Encore. Allez. Allez,
Going a
encore.
bit tight. That's going to over curl. Trying to get this one to bite, but will it keep? I think it's going to stay outside of the house.
Liggen.
I got used to watching out in sheet C yesterday, so I keep looking over my shoulder out the window, and it's like, wait, that's not the match we're watching. That's the Cubs against Letzeburg. We're still not doing anything with this one.
Liefst van voren, ja. Gewoon. Juist.
Yeah, if it gets in the house, I want to leave it as high as possible.
Ja, goeie
That one
steen,
is
is goed.
actually going to carry it all the way down into the 8-foot. And I think we're going to see
That's it?
Celine say, let's go.
Charla, c'est le début.
Nope. She gave the kind of, if I read this right, if the twirling the finger in the air is the same, is a universal sign, she wants the same shot as before. She's just giving a little bit more ice so it will curl out. Oh, Yost almost crashing down off the pads behind. Manages to save himself. Oh no, this is a takeout. Okay. She was just pointing up in the air for the
Mais pas
weight.
trop.
Good stone there from Matthias. Although I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong because I'm using the Dutch pronunciation and he's French, so...
It's more or less the same.
Is it?
Yes.
All right.
Leggen.
First stone of the afternoon for Rolando Broom. It's one of the things I like about Wipe My Ass is they all have nicknames, curling-related nicknames, or alt aliases, if you will.
Yeah, that's pun
So-
nicknames.
Yep. So Roland is Rolando Broom.
Ça va? Ja. Fake.
Jost is Joss
Nee,
Stone.
nee, 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 nee. Ça va, is okay.
Benjamin is
Goed.
oh
Goeie steen.
oh I can't remember Ben's. It's and then oh yeah, we'll have to see if we can get these. I can't remember them off the top of my head. I see Roland a lot in the clubhouse, so I'm used to seeing his name.
Rien alors. Rien.
Looks like it might be a little heavy early on. It might slide through.
Yeah, feels like this one will carry through the house.
Just trying to get that one to curl around behind that red. Unfortunately, misses.
Leggen.
So I'm saying let's lay it behind and let's use that as a guard. Trying to get to that pin first. Ben jumps on it. Trying to hold the line. Might be a
Nee, nee,
little
nee, nee,
tight.
we gaan hem er niet in tikken. We gaan hem er niet in tikken.
Oh, that's gonna actually hit on the nose and it's gonna tap it forward. So, oof. Gets it right onto the pin. So, bit of a mishap there.
Tire.
Celine saying, let's get rid of this other yellow in the house. Kind of take advantage, try to force a split. Sweeper's leaving this one alone. Is that going to be too wide? It is. Yeah, that's tough when you get out on the outer edge of the sheets. It's always kind of hard to figure out because you never in the warm-ups do anything way out there, so you just don't know, is that going to curl enough? Is it going to curl at all? So that one just getting out wide and staying out there. Ben's first stone of the afternoon. A little bit of a Tokyo drift there on the slide, but the
Drift is a nice way of putting it, indeed.
stones seem to stay on the line they wanted, but they are trying to sweep this to get it.
Oeh. Nee, stop, stop, stop. Je gaat er toch naast. Liever dat hem er nog in ligt.
Yep. Vincent calling them off, saying, hey, this one's going to go by, so let's stop sweeping so it stays in the house.
Tire.
I think Sylvania is a new face to the cast. She's been down here to curl, up here to curl, but I haven't seen her. I don't think we've casted a Viry do match with her in it. So a new face to learn, new style. This one looks pretty good. That's gonna hit and roll a bit into the middle.
Yeah,
Merci.
small roll.
Yeah.
And a very polite merci from the skip.
Rollen, hè.
Tough decision for Vincent here. What do? you see some of that red. I would kind of go for a hack weight, honestly. Sitting on the button. Worst case, worst case would be flashing it wide and missing both. But if you're tight, you take your own guard out. You take your own yellow stone away and kind of remove the guard from it. Like they're opting for going after that outside one. This one, I believe, is going to be
Oké, blijven gaan. Hard, hard,
trying
hard.
to hold this one.
Ja,
Is
stop.
it going to roll?
We'll find a bit of a roll there.
Misschien iets vlugger moeten.
All right, not bad. Does get rid of one. And it's kind of set up that maybe they could use it to hit and roll their own over, but I think Celine is going to beat them to it.
Oui! Tout le long, tout le long, tout le long. Allez,
Straight away, I think this one might be a little bit inside.
allez, allez.
This one's
tac,
starting to
tac, tac,
curl
tac,
over.
tac,
That's
tac.
going to hit that yellow. They don't want a nose hit.
Ouais, faut mieux prendre la garde que...
But that yellow stays in the house, so now opportunity here for Wipe My Ass.
Yeah.
Klein tikje.
Try to hit that red one and roll aside, roll up to the outside of the forefoot, kind of keep that house split.
Ja, vrezen liggen we niet shotten.
Most important thing would be to get rid of that red one.
Ja. Ja, doe maar.
Yeah.
Oké, we gaan die tikken. Maar hij moet blijven
Okay.
liggen.
Going
Hij
to
moet blijven liggen
play
dat we backing hebben.
more of a hard draw just to kind of tap that red one and keep the shooter in the house.
Ja, nee, ik ga niet hard zijn, want dan is hij buiten en dan ligt hij van ons open. Ik wil dat hij van hun blijft liggen, maar dat wij shots komen. En dan hebben we backing.
Okay. Says wants to keep that red one there for backing for now instead of leaving it all exposed. I don't know. With 4 house stones in the house, I think having it split would be a bigger advantage for them. Get rid of that red one, roll the yellow off to the side, force Viry to take one out, take theirs out, then hope they miss. So, but you got to go with the stone that you're confident in.
Voor snelheid dan, ja.
Needs to curl over there. Ooh, it's a little bit light. If they can get this one down and freeze on it, that would also be a good spot. This needs to get a little bit down there.
Ja, dan kunnen we... Ah ja, dat is makkelijker voor zijn beet voor te raken. Hè.
Yep, that's
Alors, ça, on
not a
va-
bad miss there. But
On vire celle-ci parce qu'après...
there is a double
soutien,
sitting here to get
soutien
rid of
à lui.
some of those
Donc, on va
yellows.
se prendre un coup de 4. Donc, moi, je serais pour dégager celle-ci, quoi. Hein? Dans ce cas-là, là, ouais. Alors là, tu la mets là et... Ouais, parce que ça curl, il faut la taper là. Il faut taper là et ouais. Et est-ce
Oh,
que
or
ça, de ce curl-là,
all right, since my French is terrible, I'm going to make a guess at this, but I think they're going to go after that yellow on the right there of the forefoot and roll underneath,
Yeah.
in between the red and the yellow in the center line,
parce que
kind
tout
of
tient à une
setting up
pierre,
some kind of
donc,
protection.
et sinon, on peut se prendre un coup de 4.
Because then if Wipe My Ass runs that yellow back, they're only getting rid of one and they're not shot. So I like this call.
Ouais.
Oh, she pushed it a little
Jusqu'au bout,
bit.
jusqu'au bout.
Immediately wanting them to
Laissez
sweep
tomber,
it.
là, c'est...
Oh, I think she pushed it when she released it, so this one's
Yeah,
going to
it's
go by.
Flying by.
Well outside.
Very unfortunate with the push, and then she knew from the
Out of
start
the
that there
zeven
was
of
really nothing they could do about that. It's just
Yeah, it's always the hard part when you're trying to add a little push to your release to get that weight. It's so easy to be offline. So now,
Yeah, a small tap on the yellow one, promoting it a bit, and then they're set up for a steal, making it very hard for Viry to get a result from their hammer end, and they even have to try and avoid Wipe
it-
Ass from stealing a couple of points here.
yeah, if this one works, they'll be sitting 5 in the house.
5 in the house and 2 in the forefoot, so and that kind of forces Viry to make an excellent draw. Or yeah, potentially a double takeout, but I don't know if that will be sufficient. Because the shooter might not end up in a shot position.
Hij moet nog vallen, hè.
This one needs to curl, but it looks okay. Here it comes. Ooh, is it going to be too far out? Nope,
Catches the
it
red
does catch the red one and gets it out, and the shooter stays. So, 5 in the house for Wipe My Ass, but an open draw to the forefoot for Celine. So they have to decide what's
the play here? It's not an easy one. I think it's still an open draw, but those 5 yellow stones in the house, they are really kind of pressuring that decision.
Yep.
Ja, ik was zo een beetje aan het twijfelen van minder hard te doen. Van die weg te rollen. Ja.
So I think they're going to go with the draw, but they're going to curl it towards those yellows. So maybe it will kind of, if it's too heavy, it will stop. If it hits on the inside of it, then it will be shot. So I'm going to try to essentially play for a corner freeze here, but I wouldn't be playing for the freeze. Just go for a little bit of just behind backline weight or T-line weight.
Stemmen, allee. Stop, hè. Doe hem te hard, doe hem te traag. We kunnen hier...
Microphone.
Allez-y alors. Allez à fond, jusqu'au bout. Allez!
Ooh,
Allez,
curling
allez,
hard.
allez.
Need
Vas-y,
to
vas-y,
sweep
vas-y,
it.
Séverine, vas-y.
Feels
Need
light.
to sweep it. Skip coming in to help. A small tap could work, but they need to sweep. It is curling too hard. It overcurls. It's not a shot stone, but the question is, how big is the damage?
1.
1.
Maybe
Okay.
2. Maybe 2. It's 1 for sure.
Un sûr?
Un sûr, oui. 1 sure.
Un sûr?
May have
Have they decided?
kicked it away, so
Cette
I
étude de
guess-
sécurité, là, c'était pas mal.
We'll have
So
to just have confirmation from Ben putting up the 2
Oh,
confirms, and that's a big steal.
2 for Wipe My Ass. So yeah, I think the weight of that stone honestly, it was the right weight, just not the right line. It curled a lot more than they expected, so it was hard to see if she was inside on the broom, but I think yeah, just kind of over curled. And a big steal there for Wipe My Ass. So you're starting things off here in end number 2 for Wipe My Ass. He sent both of his stones in the first end.
Van voor.
Bit deep. One went through, one went deeper into the house than they wanted. This one is also going to go too deep and go through the house. Celine just sweeping a little bit to make sure, but a little bit heavy.
Là? Si c'est garde, c'est bien, mais là c'est bien aussi. OK?
I can't decide, did she say she wanted it in the house first and a guard would be okay, or vice versa?
I think the first, but I wasn't really paying attention to the call there.
She tapped in the house first.
Okay, then.
But then she looked back to Matthias and then kind of tapped forward. So I think in the house would make more sense.
Ah,
You
elle
know,
va
try to
toute
put some
seule,
pressure.
plus même.
This one looks like it is coming into the house. Hopefully, this one settles down. Going to go just past the tee, and it's going to sweep that, help it get back to that Act 12. When you go into these early stones and you want to put them in the house, you want them above the tee line. Otherwise, they're not very helpful. But
Klein beetje trager als daarjuist.
encouraging Joost just to be a little bit lighter.
Moet ook
One
vallen.
looks
Ja, ja,
okay.
doe maar.
Honestly, a freeze up against this
Juist
back
aan de
red
lijn.
won't be terrible.
Juist aan de lijn. Doe maar, doe maar, doe maar. Doe maar. Ja.
Sweeper's not
Is
listening.
oké, is oké.
But honestly, you want it above the tee. Let's see. We have an update from Sheet C. Letzenberg ladies scored 2 in the first, so they lead the Curling Cubs 2-0. And over on Sheet A, Team Vareka scored 1 in the first, so they lead Equipe Verneau 1-0. They are also in the second end.
Bien la vitesse. Allez-y alors. Allez. Allez, à fond, à fond, à fond, à fond.
Want to make sure this one gets in. Colin for the sweep.
Allez. Allez.
Encouraging them to get it down. Hopefully Stone listens.
Okay, Mark.
Celine coming out to self to come. And that is going to just stop short of the house. That's usable for an in-off, but yeah, they really would have wanted that one in the house. So White My Ass going to cover up guard over their yellow one here in the house.
I always like how Ben sweeps.
Yeah, he gets that hand super low, and then I'm always afraid he's going to fall.
yeah.
Mag een beetje verder, ja. Ziet er
This
goed
one I
uit.
think is going to over curl.
Stop. Ah. Ja, plan B. Ja. Vis nog meer,
Just-
maar ça va.
Just a little bit of an over curl.
Tu tires.
Let's see, they've got to be careful. Is this? Oh, 5 stones have been played, so no need to worry about the 5 rock rule.
Bah non, non, ça va.
So they can go after this yellow in the house. And if they clear the guard, they clear the
T'es un peu
guard.
là.
Matthias
Oui.
removed the jackets.
Oui. Suivez la rouge après. Suivez la rouge. Tap,
Taps
tap.
away yellow. Lose a shooter.
But yeah, that's good for them.
Leggen.
Just saying, let's just go back behind the guard. And they've got backing if it goes too far, so that's going to be, if it over curls and keeps going, that'll be a nice one.
Snelheid. Ja, doe maar. Bekken. Ja. Hij valt stil. Moet er mooi achter.
Sweep this one to get it all the way behind. Gonna come up
Yep.
just a little bit outside, but so it sticks out a little bit more than the previous.
Oui. Tout le long. Allez, tout le long. Allez.
Trying to hold this one around the guard. That is going to catch it, unfortunately, and the shooter's also going to spill out, so Viry missing the opportunity there to clear it out.
Ja, maar liggen mag ook, hè.
Wipe my
Maar
ass,
guard
still
maar.
sitting shot. They have options here. They could split the house. They could guard it. They're opting to guard it. Whoa. Bit of an inside slide, trying to correct that back outside. Will he have pushed it too much? It feels a bit heavy. Yep, I believe that little
We kunnen
stumble.
erachter.
Feels
Dennis,
heavy. I
erachter.
think it
Ladies.
might carry through the back of the house, or will it stop?
That'll stop. That'll stop in shot position. Is
Go on.
exposed, but
It's not
not
super
much.
exposed.
No, not much.
I think it's kind of one of those tricky stones where it's exposed enough that teams might try and hunt it, but then it's tucked away that you could see some missed takeouts, and they're not going for takeouts, they're going for double takeouts here. I think it's better to have that guard away first.
Yeah, it is. The shot stone is behind the tee line, so there's, yeah, it'd be better served for Viry to get rid of this top one. Although personally, I would come from the other side. That way, if you are wide, you have something to hit into. Whereas this, if she's wide,
You tap away your own stone that's sitting in the back.
no, I think this one was tight. It looked like she kind of pushed it a little bit
Yeah,
inside.
it's curling hard, crossing the center line right now, fully across the center line, and
Yeah, there's no chance for. Yeah, that was a push on the release. Never had a chance.
yeah, those are the
Please,
kind of
Mark.
stones where you have to debrief like what happened. Is it the release? Is it the broom where we can't figure out the amount of curl? Is it something else? Is it the weight? But I think the thrower mentioned no, it's clearly the release on that one. It's good to use these opportunities when you have these minor mistakes to just figure out what went wrong. And
Although a lot of coaches will tell you, don't try to make adjustments to your throw or your technique during a match. But
well, it's always good to know the root cause.
Oh,
Because
jongens,
if it's the broom, then you need
Hij heeft nog
to
genoeg snelheid.
know that. If
Stop, stop, stop.
this one's
Klein tikje
Ken je-
misschien.
a little
nee,
bit
dat kan
heavy,
niet
but
gebeuren,
it's
maar-
still going to set up okay.
this works.
Ja, ook
This
goed.
works.
Ja, is goed. Mooi.
Are they...
Tire fort!
No, that top one is it's fourth shot. So the red one in the back is closer. But still, two red ones or two yellow ones for Wipe My Ass in there scoring.
It's
They are putting a lot of pressure on,
Yeah,
on
true.
Viry to do a lot of hits. And
they're forcing them to throw heavy takeouts, which is an issue because if then you give it some pushes.
yeah, it doesn't seem like that's
Yeah,
in there.
again, same stone starts to curl. It's already going to the center line, crossing the center line
Laisse tomber,
right
laisse tomber,
now.
laisse tomber. L'autre.
This one is just oof. Another flash stone there.
Wacht, even denken. Ik zou dan ook durven garden. Want van het moment dat je in ligt, dan hebben ze een veel bredere vlak om op te take-outen en dan kan die ook van alles mee.
Yeah, I think that's a right call. They want to
Yeah.
kind of make sure things are close in the middle, avoid Viry from switching tactics and try to draw to the pin.
Yeah.
Because their stone is sitting in a kind of a back four, which serves as a little bit of a back pocket to draw against to.
Ja. En dan is die misschien weg en dan ligt er die daar. En dan liggen we nog met twee. Allee, die andere houden we voor hem.
Now, see, if I'm Vincent, I'm
Als we
looking at
deze
this
starten, dan
thinking,
gaan ze liggen.
well, their takeouts have
En
not
stel
been
dat ze daar
great.
perfect achter komen,
So,
dan
am
zijn
I
we
going to
kwijt.
worry about a takeout?
Eigenlijk is misschien
At this point, I would be worrying about covering up the button.
Yeah.
There's still an open draw in there right now. So he's worried about a double. If he puts a yellow stone in the 12 foot, just on the other side of the center line,
That's where I
he's-
would put it.
he's
Indeed.
taken away that draw, that hard harder draw into the button to try to tap that one back.
Yeah, if you
So-
notice indeed that the team is struggling with the takeouts, then kind of
we
force
have
them
the
into playing something they are
center
currently not comfortable playing.
Exactly.
Klein beetje minder. Klein beetje. Ja.
Commotion going on in the cafeteria for what's going on in Sheet C.
Yeah,
I think just a little bit of bench coaching, cafeteria coaching.
cafeteria coaching. Yeah, could be.
Ja, moet de guard zijn.
So this one's curling inside. It's gonna get over on top of that. I mean,
Go for
Oh,
a
wow,
tap
en
and
hier,
split
hè?
is a possibility. Tap and through is a possibility.
it's over curl.
Yeah.
Naar buiten, ja.
Maybe sweep it
Yeah,
to kind of
okay.
have the little splits could
dat
work.
pakt ook niet
to-
van
Yeah,
de
that could have been.
On essaye
They
ça.
opted to leave it
Et
alone.
après, pareil, j'aime pas quand
And now
on fait
Viry
ça,
is
c'est
switching tactics here. Let's say,
compliqué,
let's just put it there
Ouais,
before
déjà,
they missed an
celle-là.
opportunity to close the door and
Attends, vas-y,
while the
vas-y.
door's still open,
Yep.
sneak in
Et,
because we might not have a
voilà.
second shot at that
du coup,
draw
je
shot.
fais un dolly plus, quoi. Bah, en fait, pour le faire au dolly, c'est comme ça. Mais non, attends, ouais, mais comme ça.
Even
ouais,
if
comme
it's slightly short, you can tap it back. But
Yeah, they need
ça.
something in there. I mean, because they've got
Ouais.
4 yellows in the house. 2 of them are scoring, but there's an opening that they can get into. Take advantage of it now before White My
Ouais.
Ass closes it.
yeah,
Now, see, Celine gave a little, corrected the ice a little bit less, but I'm afraid that's going to be like too tight. Because it's
yeah, they wanted, of course, kind of not on the pin but tucked away, trying to find that backing so it doesn't have to be on the center line. It can have a little bit of
C'est
extra
ça, j'ai,
curl, but then
peut-être un
again,
peu trop. Oui, oui,
if
oui,
it
oui,
doesn't
oui,
get
oui,
around the
ouais.
guards. Yep,
Allez,
sweeping
tout le long,
it.
tout le long, tout le
It's
long, tout
tight.
le long.
yeah, priority one is get it around the guard, of course. They don't
Allez,
want to put up a guard themselves.
allez,
This
fort,
This looks
fort.
okay, but they need
No,
to sweep it.
No, it's curling
Tapping
too
the guards.
much. Yeah, it's on the guard.
Et
It's
suivez-la,
too.
suivez-la.
Now they can still use it. That's the bright side. Now if White Mass they want to cover the middle, then they have that stone to tap it through. So it gives them at least a bit of an option.
White My Ass is now sitting 3. They could get rid of this red,
Ja, maar wacht, hè, de
and
negen, hè.
you know if they nose hit this,
Yeah.
get rid of the red.
I would kind of tap and roll to the center. So get rid of red and then roll towards the center line. So that kind of has a double advantage. Red is gone, and you have that stone you
We
tried
moeten blijven liggen.
previously, and then you
Yeah.
just force
Yeah.
Fury to do a
gewoon
perfect
een
draw.
klein
So
tipje
that was
eigenlijk.
a tap and roll would be
Gewoon
my
takeouten.
my call.
Gewoon een 6. Allee, 5, 6. Maar dan genoeg ijs geven, hè.
Ooh, they're going for something different, and they're trying a line they haven't done before.
Dan zijn we nog eens daar, hoor.
I think they want to drop behind the red one
Dat is meer
to
banaan.
take away.
Uit
A,
ijs.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I mean, honestly, I honestly think going for that, just getting rid of that red one, it reduces how many they can score. It would kind of take away or make that draw to the center much more difficult.
yeah, unless they're also kind of a bit scared to miss on their takeouts
Die rode wegdoen.
and have that risk of tapping in red, and then they try to really avoid that risk. That could be part of the decision. But then again, I think as long as you have some safety margins built into the broom. But we'll see. I think there's not always a straightforward, obvious solution. Sometimes it's just the plan you have in mind you want to execute on.
Ja, is traag. Blijven gaan, blijven gaan. Ja.
Says this one's slow. Sweepers are on this one,
Hey,
trying to get because they
leave
don't
it
want to
last
tap
one, eh?
that red.
Liever ernaast, liever ernaast.
Oh
Allee.
no!
They swept it too long.
Oh
Dat is wat ik
no!
zei, hè.
Oh, well,
Oh, they get that little extra curl
it's,
around.
yellow is
so
still shots because the first, I think they are probably
I
shot
think
and
they're
second
two.
shots,
I
yeah.
think they're first and second, yeah.
But the good thing is, I think a nose hit on the red one is sufficient to be shot. The red stone of Viry serves as a safe backing.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
We have Kim climbing on the canteen furniture here in the background, trying to look at angles that are hard to reach.
Yeah, the advertising sign for beer crates, as we call them. Well, as they are.
Important last stone here for Viry. They cannot really afford to miss because there is some pressure. Worst case is flies by, it flashes, or it dies too soon.
Need to make sure this gets there.
It looks okay
Slowing
if
down.
the speed starts to slow down though.
Oh, it's slowing down a lot. They've got to really kind of go. Get it down there. Get it down there.
Oh no. And I think it's too yellow.
That's a steal of 2 for yellow. It is.
And they had the backing, so it was kind of a better, slightly too hard and too soft.
Yeah. So, another steal of 2 for Wipe My Ass. And I am turning out to be the big jinx of this session.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, am I going to mention it? Maybe it's too soon. I'm not going to.
It is a little soon to be saying this, you know. It's a little soon to be saying that, so Yost will be starting things off here in the third end. Wipe My Ass leading Viry Chatillon 2, 4-0. After 2 big steals.
And something tells me in this game, a lot can happen because we're not gonna see blank ends or 1-pointers. So far, a lot of stones in the house for the first 2 ends.
Dat is al een beetje trager geworden. Een klein beetje heb ik
Yeah,
ook
this
gemerkt.
one is.
Komt er nog in?
He slowed it down,
Komt er
but
niet in?
he also pulled it a bit to the left. So this is going to end up as a corner guard. Not a super useful stone for Wipe My Ass, but
You know, I wonder. I could have a coffee. Do you want a coffee?
I wouldn't mind a coffee. I wonder if somebody in the canteen would mind getting us a coffee.
Hey, Mats, do you want to be? Oh, we have 2 coffees here confirmed. Awesome. It's
Mats is not listening to
Mats
us.
was not listening with Erik.
Allez-y alors.
Was and we are having coffees confirmed. Thanks a lot. MVP of the stream. As we see the stone rolling in here, trying to tuck in behind that corner guard, steal that position from Wipe My Ass.
I like that stone. That's a good position for it. It's not fully buried, but it's one of those stones where is it worth going after? Probably not. So they're going to try to go over to the other side of the house. Just posted an update on Sheet C. The Curling Cubs scored 2 of their own in the second, so that match is all tied up between the Cubs and the Letzeburg Ladies at 2
Helemaal van
in
voor
the
in
third
thuis.
end.
Goed,
What were you gonna say? The Laddie Luxies or something like that?
No, I was going to say the ladies. I was just going to say the ladies, but I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Because,
just
well,
in case.
yeah. That one comes into the house. I think Celine's going to try to draw behind it. They're going to be a bit aggressive. They're set up instead of trying to build up stuff in front. It's like, let's put stuff in the house and see what we can do with it.
Oui. Pour la ligne, ouais.
Calling
Ah,
for
c'est bon,
line
c'est
here.
bon.
Pour la ligne. That one I
C'est
know.
bon. Pardon.
C'est bon.
Ouais.
Oh,
Maybe too
Il
hard.
est parti,
Line was okay. It needed to be a scotch or scoot. The skosh shorter, softer. Wow, my brain really is just not firing yet. It's 2 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon, and I'm still
It's 3. I think sometimes with John, you just ramble and you just put out words, and the viewers, they have to scramble stuff together to try and form sentences. But
we'll leave it. It's an exercise for the listeners. Oh my goodness. I think when I just leave everything to you, I'll just leave everything to you this time. All right.
At some point, we're just gonna have John having a stroke live on Curdia TV,
and no one will notice.
No one knows.
Like he always talks like that. Not quite getting down as deep. They were trying to sneak one in behind that red. So looking at a hit and roll here, I think. Want to get rid of this yellow one first and hopefully roll the shooter underneath the other one.
Sliding a bit outside, so I'm wondering what will happen to the stone. Is it also?
Ooh, this is going to catch
Sur la jaune.
that top guard. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, just a little bit. So then it gets the kick over. And
red one's still in the house. Yeah, yellow one is also still in the house. It's
doesn't quite get everything, but hey, sometimes you do a little bit of luck, moves things around.
Pieken, rollen.
And an update from Sheet A. Team Viry stole one in the second, so they lead it 2-0 over at Keep for Node in the third.
Ja, vegen, we gaan chippen op de 7. Vegen, vegen, vegen. En we rollen er nog in. Vegen, vegen, die nu. Ja, nou, misschien niet. Nee,
Not quite the weight to get that chip and roll. Oh. Dank u, Erik.
awesome. Thanks, Erik. Getting our coffees.
With cookies and everything.
Oh, yeah. The full treatments. Coffees on a Sunday afternoon watching some curling.
Not much better than that. This one needs to curl over. It's gonna get it, but the shooter is gonna roll out.
Are you gonna watch the Scotties tonight, John?
Yes, I will. If it's on early enough.
It's local time, 12 p.m. local time, so that's about 8 o'clock CET. But then the actual final is 6 p.m. local time, so 6 p.m. Calgary time, so it's probably around 2 o'clock in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And then we're set up for a 10-ender, potentially with an extra end, so that's something we'll have to watch tomorrow
I think I'll be
morning.
watching the replay tomorrow. But
Yeah.
I'll probably try to catch the semifinal.
Yep. Semi-final is, and then I think it's Jones against Kate Cameron. Kate Cameron was able to beat Anderson and get into the final stages of the Scotties. Try to avoid opening social media tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's
to,
the hard part.
Try and dodge those spoilers.
Ja, doe eens. Nee, oké, we gaan hier achter. We gaan er gewoon achter kruipen. Nee.
Maybe should have swept that to get the tap, but unfortunately that's going to, well, stay in the house. Oh, and it's still sitting second, so like both teams really trying to find a way behind those guards over there and just not able to do it yet.
It happened one time. Sometimes I put on some curling stream in the background when I'm at work, but it's kind of on a semi-silent mode. It's kind of nice to have as a side view. and I was called into a meeting, and I forgot to put off the stream because it was kind of so silent. I didn't notice it was still on, and I was not muted. And then there was a tight call, and I heard hard, yeah, hard, and everyone in the call was, what's happening? Is somebody dying? Is there a murder going on? Like, oops, sorry, that's so me.
Ooh, it gets the kick over, and oops, no, not what they wanted, but it's not a bad result. You know, sometimes you have to take the luck.
Yep.
Maar ja, die 5 moet weg, hè. Take-out op de 2. Zou hem hard doen of gewoon 6, 7? Ja.
Yeah, so gonna try to get rid of that red one. But if they clear out their own stone, it's not the end of the world. It opens things up there, and that's what they need if they're trying. Oh, they don't have hammers, so they
No.
want to keep it closed. But yeah,
But then again, yeah, I think if you don't need, they also have a 4-point lead, so having things open, just having redstones away could work.
kind of overcorrected. That brought that back inside with a little wobble. Hopefully, there's enough speed on
Ja,
it.
komt goed, komt
Think
goed.
this
Kom
is
aan,
gonna
boys.
catch on the
Blijven gaan,
yellow.
blijven gaan.
A nose hit on the yellow won't be the worst thing either.
Ja, hij is weg.
Yes.
Oh, gets that run
Excellent
back.
stone, excellent stone. Yellow stays, so this is a
Very nice.
very nice one. Yep,
We'll click that.
we should.
It will be the first clicker of the afternoon. So if I look at that correctly, Wipe My Ass is sitting 3 at the moment. Maybe it's only 2.
I think 2. I was peeking at the overhead, and it.
Oh, yep, 2. Ooh, this one's gonna crash onto that yellow.
Celui-là,
Clip it on the
devant,
side.
devant. Colle là. Tap. C'est bon, merci.
That could work.
That's not bad. That's
Shots.
it's lying shot. Corner froze.
Yeah,
They can still get at it, but it's gonna be a tough one.
yeah, but why not kind of
Op de
have
neus en blijven
a
liggen.
strong takeout on that red one, trying to avoid them from scoring a lot. If you're in the game where you allow them to just draw for 1, if you have a 4-point lead, that's
Want als je
just controlling everything, making sure they don't get back into the race or in the
zeker
game.
langs de
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And because they're kind of stacked next to each other, it gives some more error margin as soon as you have the weight right. I think if it hits in that region, it should clear out red.
Ja, doe maar.
The sweeper's on it.
This
one's
looks
gonna be
good.
just fine. Yep. gonna be
Excellent
just a-
stone. It's exactly what they want.
Very nice there. Clean. Exactly what they wanted.
What do you do with your Viry? I mean, sure, it's still wide open, but also you're probably not scoring 2 so far unless you bury something first.
Mais après, tout tient sur une encore.
Yeah, if you bury something, I would put something on the pin
Et,
if
sinon,
you're
faut
if you're
virer
on White Mass
celle-ci,
and
elle
you're
est
kind of
là,
forcing them to do a
mais,
takeout to see where the roll ends up.
Yep.
Voilà,
Think.
au début. Non, mais pour ma première. Ok. Ouais, mais là, hein, parce que
So
là,
they're gonna try to draw around behind the
là,
everything in the back or on that left side
ouais,
there.
ouais, là.
Giving it quite a lot of ice. I think they're just really afraid that's gonna be really worried about over curling onto the
on hésitait à tirer ou.
Well, let me finish that sentence. I'm afraid it's over curling onto the stones over there, so they want to make sure it's behind it. Needs to be buried.
Non, il y a plus, il y a plus.
This one's not going to curl over enough. We saw this yesterday where if it doesn't cross the center line, it doesn't curl as much as you think. And this was actually even a little bit heavy. Carries past. It is sitting third right now.
Ja, eigenlijk als ik hier kom... wacht hè, als ik hier kom... Als ze er niet weg...
Now see, this to me, I think this is where one of Vincent's inexperience, or not inexperience, but his lack of knowledge. He's putting this stone too deep. If anything, he wants to put it at the edge of the 8 foot and 12 foot. Up high so that if she has to take it out, she doesn't have a point. Because now it's like if they take it out, she'll end up with a point on a nose hit. So I'd want this one a little bit higher. They're already sitting 2. Although, yeah, too high, they would be able to hit and roll in. So, it's not as clear cut as I initially thought.
Nee, snelheid is eerder, ik denk niet dat hem te snel is.
Something in front of the house, close to the center line, would work, making a draw very hard.
They're sweeping this one deeper for some reason.
Well, yeah, if they can get it buried, kind of behind the guards, that's... But this works. It basically gives them a hard option to just score one.
Tu peux mettre même plus en fait. Là, il faut, ouais, voilà.
Yeah.
Voilà, c'est ça.
Look like they're gonna try to play this as a
Ouais,
double.
c'est un peu moins quand... Ouais, voilà, ouais.
Or no, they're just drawing. It's just coming as a draw.
Yep.
C'était
Yeah,
à
the
combien?
risk with the double is if you mess it up, then the damage could be high. So
Ouais.
could be an idea to just say, well, let's draw it. It's not going to give us a lot of points, but for one, yes, it's not like we're out of the game.
No.
Let's just kind of survive this end, reduce the damage, stay alive, and
Right now,
Ouais,
the
c'est
white
peut-être
mass
bon.
is
Allez-y,
sitting
allez-y,
4,
allez-y.
so this has to get into the... Just has to be
Allez à fond, allez!
almost to the 4 foot, but it needs to be hard enough.
and the French, they
Allez,
have a
tomber.
word for this. It's called déjà vu, and it's kind of similar situation like the previous end.
Non,
It
ça sert à
dies
rien, ça
in
sert à rien,
front
ça
of the
sert à rien.
house. It's never gonna happen.
So light, yeah,
And
really.
I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4 stones in the 8 foot. Cats.
Oof.
And it's a very, very painful miss here
Yeah,
for Celine.
it's not looking good for Viry at the moment.
Also not looking good for John at the prediction game.
Sometimes I do it just to make you feel good. You know? But
Now-
yeah, another huge steal there for Wipe My Ass. Really controlled that end. And, you know, Viry looked like they had a little mini break, being able to get that that tick off of the guards and rolled their shot under the center guard, but did not work out for them in the end. Yil's going to be starting things off here for Wipe My Ass, and we start the 4th end with Wipe My Ass leading 8-0 over Viry Châtillon 2.
So John, Imagine if you were the first pick for the prediction, would you have also picked Viry, or did you pick Viry because it's kind of a counter pick?
I kind of went with the counter pick. I was leaning towards Wipe My Ass, and I probably should have, because just to get. But yeah, I kind of went for the counter pick because you never know. But hey, Wipe My Ass, they are playing fantastic. They're putting the stones where they need to, and watch out for the.
And karma for Ben there, saving his teammate, not just with the stones, but also. Very nice table slide for Matthias. What do you think? He has a very good technique.
I am trying to figure out how he does that with the jacket tied around his waist and the vest open. That stuff, all that loose stuff would like just. That would bother me a lot.
He's going for the hero cape kind of vibe there.
Now this one comes up light and sits up as over a guard, so giving White Mass a double guard over there on that in the center. Have an update from Sheet C. Litzenberg Ladies scored 3 in the third, so they lead at 5-2 over the Curling Cubs.
Yeah, I think
that's going to be a pretty good matchup.
Hats off for the Luxembourg Ladies. I must say, they kind of are the revelation of the Belgian league so far.
This half, they struggled in League B last season. I don't think they won a match. But yeah, whatever they did over the break has turned things around, and they've definitely gotten together. I know that they've started training more together as a team, and that has a huge impact, I think. When the teams work together, it makes you feel more confident with each other on the ice.
Yeah, that's indeed what they told. We've had more kind of match experience, just more ice time, and it starts to show with communication. Things are going smooth. You kind of get to get the routine and the communication right, and makes a difference. Line calls, anticipating.
Yep.
What? Wait. Allez.
Looks hard. Don't know why they were. Oh yeah, they were going for the takeout. Yeah.
Wanted it to stay in. Is Vincent going to be able to sweep it out?
It's in.
Nope, stays in. So that could be useful for them later. It's not covered, but there's no reason for White My Ass to go after it. Nope. So that one could come into play later. Update from Sheet A. Equipe Renault scored 1 in the third. So over there, Team Vereka leads Equipe Renault 2-1 in the fourth end.
Yeah, and I mean that's strong, but you have to kind of consider that the GOAT is not playing, so that's even more impressive.
Yeah,
they're able to win games without the GOAT. And if Wim Neleman, their coach, is watching, he's taking notes. He's not here this weekend.
That one comes up a little bit short, but kind of makes stacked up overlapping guards there, so not a terrible miss. Now they can start going in behind it.
Severin kind of was doubting.
She didn't like it. She kind of a little grimace and a head turn. That one feels like it's going to be light.
Needs a lot of curl.
Celine coming out to sweep. We love to see the skip sweep. Gonna make that draw. I mean, there's a gap there, but it's gonna be a little bit tighter because there is a lot of curl out there. So
I wonder if they will have the spirit to keep fighting back in this game, because this is the last game of a weekend. They came in on Friday evening, played all weekend, and then they have the drive back to Paris. I think it's 4 hour drive at least.
Yep, it's about 4-hour drive to Viry. So
that could start to play in their decision to have early handshakes. Also knowing that basically they already lost an option to promote. There's not really something to play for, except for
Pride.
Pride, yeah.
Well, that's a good stone. They actually showed that it is possible to get that through the line. It's not fully buried, but now it means that
Tire.
Severine's gonna need
Si
to
t'as les
get
gardes là,
this.
c'est bien aussi.
Yep, gonna go for that takeout. This one's got good weight on it. Oh, I think they need to sweep it. No. Nope, I guess not. What do I know? Very nice.
Excellent stone.
And the shooter is going to sit over there on the corner. We are going to mark that one. That was a very nice stone. Very clean, well executed. Because with those, it's so easy to overthrow it so that you lose the shooter. Now they've got a split house. That center is open, but it's a narrower gap to kind of draw in.
Oké, de lijn is goed. Snelheid ziet er ook oké uit.
This one looks heavy unless they're trying to play this one out.
Looking for, yeah. They didn't sweep, so
No.
they didn't opt to go for plan B.
Is niks.
Which honestly, they don't
Dolly?
want to clean out that middle guard there. They want to keep things closed up for Viry, so it wouldn't have been super helpful for them to clear it out, but
Well, if you think cars are the friends of the team that needs to score, and in that regards,
that's true too. Yeah.
Alors, ouais, pour la rouge, là. La garde. Allez.
the thrower not kind of helping much the line. Also,
Ah, c'est moi. Pas s'approcher
That's
trop quand
probably the worst case for them. Tapping
tu
that
regarder la ligne.
more closed in the middle.
Zou,
Just a little bit outside. Stayed out there. Now, see, if I'm Vincent here, I'm saying you've got that red one. Hit and roll.
yep, get
Very
red
worst.
out.
Yeah, get the red out. Leave your shot in. Maybe it'll roll over underneath. But
ik zou
I also
gewoon
don't
leggen
think they
binnen.
like hitting. So
Leg hem hierachter.
that's one of those. So yeah, sounds like they're gonna go for the draw. There is a lot of space. That red guard is very high. Team Vareka being noisy as usual.
Zit naar binnen, veel naar binnen.
Oh, saying it's
Ja, we gaan
inside
die
with the
tikken.
way that will curl. So the question is, where will this end? Tap
Ja,
into a red. I
langs de
don't want to
zijkant,
tap it
dan gaat hem niet
deeper.
vooruit.
Just catch the edge
Ja,
of
die
it.
had niet zo ver niet meer gekomen. Ze had geen snelheid niet meer.
Yeah, I want to say, oh, that's not such a big deal for White Mass, but and now it's looking harder and harder for them. I mean, it's more options for
You have,
Viry.
yeah, you have 2 redstones already in the house. You have some guards in front, so there is a potential scoring opportunity here for Viry. Just
Yeah, if Viry can manage to score 3 or 4 here, that's definitely going to bring them
Ouais.
right back into this match.
Ok.
starts to nibble away the score leads and see how close you can get in 8 ends.
Dolly?
I mean, sure, 8-0 seems like the impossible comeback, but then again, the Takeout Tigers, they had a 7-1 score lead halfway the game against Brewers Ducks. Hertman helicopters were already flying high, but then disaster struck.
Yeah. Well, almost.
Yeah,
We were
almost.
able to hold on, but yeah, that was a match that should not have ever gone down to the last stone.
Non, mais
Oh, this one didn't get around the
All right,
curling.
now
There
stop.
it goes. Yeah, let it curl around. It's above
right
the
in
T line.
between.
Stay above the T
Ah, j'ai regardé la
line.
ligne.
It's not.
Merci.
It's not. But then again, that was just right in between
Yeah.
those two stones. Nice curves.
Very nice. Very
Excellent
nice.
twist. I think that's worth clicking.
I've clicked it.
I think they will be pretty happy with this stone. And it's
En blijven,
Putting
blijven liggen
a
eigenlijk.
good stone in the house. And then now, if you're Wipe My Ass,
Als we achter
you don't need to win this end, and that's the thing. You're ahead 8-0, so
als
you're
we
not
die,
looking at trying to win. You're just
Met plan B.
looking at avoiding Viry from coming back. Just you play against the comeback here, and that the only way to do that is just by knocking out red stones. If they score 1, that's perfect. If they score 2, if Viry scores 2, that is acceptable. If they score 3 or 4, that's what you don't want.
And with Viry having hammer sitting 3 in a good spot like this, then they'd be potentially drawing for 4.
Yeah. So I think you have 2 more stones. Might
Dus moeten we
want
dit
to
proberen. Ja?
try and just take out the exposed red stones. Just
Kom ik shots
every
als
red stone
typisch
that
score
you
als ik die
take
extra-
away is a potential point you take away from the scoreboard.
Nee, eigenlijk niet.
Even looking at this red one there, I mean, it's not a bad option, taking that one out. It's a,
Ja, want je moet
yeah,
langs
like you
die
said,
drieën.
less to score, so...
We moeten nu zien, deze is belangrijk. Deze is super belangrijk. Ze liggen met 3 in het huis. Technisch gezien kunnen ze er nog 2 bij doen en dan is het weer een.
Yeah, that's the
An
thing.
andere
You're like, oh my,
wedstrijd,
yeah,
snap je?
there are sitting 3, so we need to
we
have
gaan die van
a
ons
very
pikken.
good stone
Allee, eigenlijk is de bedoeling
in the house.
Yeah, I
That's
think
the
they're-
idea, but also the idea could be just take away some stones.
I think they're looking at it, and it's kind of a novice thing. Is that you always look at how do we score?
Yeah.
And you don't always need to look at that. It's like how can we prevent them from scoring? It's just as important. So,
I can.
all right, he's giving himself the pep talk, saying I can. He can get through that gap.
Jeroen is kind of showing his leg muscles there, as we see the stone sliding in.
Vegen dan, ja.
This one is wide, but it could tap that yellow one in. And that would also be helpful. Now, make sure it's not too
This is
far.
very helpful because it's also kind of tucked away behind the guard. It slides too deep a bit. That's the only unfortunate thing. I
But
don't
it
know if
takes out 2 of the reds, so it's closer than the 2 reds. So
it narrows down the scoring area to just the inner 8 foot.
Yep.
Those 2 red ones sitting around in the blue, they are
De l'autre côté? Ouais,
not
peut-être.
dangerous anymore
Yep.
so far.
So
Mais
that was
de
a pretty
l'autre
good
côté,
stone
si
there.
elles
Yeah,
sont
indeed.
là, en même temps, il faut qu'elles soient là.
Because
hein.
that's also a
Essaye-
way to
essaye
do
là.
a
Essaye
double
là. Ouais,
takeout,
non,
quote
mais
unquote,
vas-y,
to
là.
Yes,
take
yes,
them out of the play.
Ouais, du coup, ouais, là. Là, ouais.
It's left side of the house
Attends, il y a l'autre.
is open, but they haven't thrown any stones up this side, this end. So will they be familiar enough with the weight to get it right and the line?
Dolly, on essaye.
Ideally, anything above the T line behind those yellow stones would be ideal.
Yes, ideally that would be ideal.
Sometimes I start sentences and I don't know where they're going to go, and then they end up right back where they started.
Yeah. John is actually some kind of natural language system.
I
that
mean,
just, you
absolute-
generate words and then you predict what words might follow up on your random generation. And you end up potentially with something that makes sense, but most often it's just
Allez-y,
rambling.
I am the absolute worst AI ever written. This one coming up light. Celine struggling with her weights this afternoon. Oh, and that actually is probably the worst case scenario for them because it takes away that draw out that side. Now it's going to be. They can still get it into the white, but that is still so hard. It's.
Bijvoorbeeld aan de kingslide is dat hij daar nog weg zou zijn.
It's really starting to look like this match might not go 8 ends.
No, especially with these kind of misses. That's it doesn't build trust and confidence with Team Viry if you miss on these last stones, and then the trust in the comeback is also kind of diminished.
We gaan dan nog iets doen. We gaan die rechtste tikken. Als ik hem leg, dan landt hem. Als ik die tik, snapte. We hebben de meeste opties daar.
They're going to try to tap this yellow one back again?
Yep.
All right.
Are really going for that stone on the pin there?
Een curl gegeven. Ik hoop dat hem geen tegencurl doet. Maar hij is niet zo snel, hè. Ik zou vegen van snelheid, ja.
This one trying to get it's a bit outside. I don't think it's going to get there.
What if they tap it open? Is that something they don't want?
No, they don't, but it's not going to. It didn't have the weight to move it into the house or move it over, so.
Is it open enough to try and do some kind of hard weight takeout on that Yellowstone? But that's not something they want to try, obviously.
No.
Because that was the risk. If it was split more open, then it would have given Viry a takeout for 4 points. It's, the gap is close enough that they were not going to go for that one, but that was the risk.
Et après, par contre, si je barre, je sais même pas si c'est possible de faire ça. De la lancer. Non, bah non. Non, mais même là, c'est pas possible en fait.
Stones scattered all over the place here in sheet B. Like, which stone is guarding which one? They're kind of they have a nice pattern, scattered pattern there.
For me, the most there's 2 lines here they could take. You have that one in the center line. They could tap that one back. There's no railroads behind it. There's a pretty wide open path. It just needs to get into the white, so they don't have to throw anything super hard.
You can come off over the middle, trying to come in between over the middle, and then have that shot stone as a small backing. I think where Steven is aiming for. I mean, with some kind of back weight, that could work, but then it's really a matter of
tight. Yeah,
and we know that line was overcurling quite a bit with previous attempts.
So yeah,
maybe tapping in the stone deeper could work.
The way Celine's doing that, she's looking at it.
Yeah, yeah, they're going for a tap through here.
I think so.
Celine looking at angles here. Yeah, because projecting the triangle and see where it could land, it has some error margin. It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be that far. Yeah, I mean, it just has to stay in the white, so it can even be a little bit.
Yeah, if they tap it and it ends up full 8 foot, then it's fine.
That's enough. Yeah.
And meanwhile, John, I am going to let you do the voiceover for the update on sheet A.
As I'm eating a cookie.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that one.
Team Viry with the big 5 house in end number 4 take a 7-1 lead over Equipe Renault at the break. Meanwhile, here we've got Celine trying to find a way to get another red into the house. This one is outside. It's not going to curl enough, and it's
tapping in yellow?
Tapping a yellow, and this would be the worst case scenario. This could actually tap that one into a
you can see
spot, but
all the wipers wiping it on the ice, but it's just 1 red, or is it? Yeah, one
red. So they get on the board. Viry gets on the board, but only with 1. It was a great, great tap back from Vincent on his first stone to put things out of play.
Yeah,
kind of take those 2 reds. So at one point, Viry looked like they were going to be drawing for 4 at the end. Wipe My Ass kind of shut that down, only forcing them to 1. So 8-1 for Wipe My Ass over Viry Chatillon here at the break.
And a couple of misses for Viry, and like crucial misses, and draws that were too short, and then this run back that was wide. So yeah, kind of not the misses where you can say, oh, was a good attempt, just unfortunate. No, they were really kind of, oh no, it's
yeah. Celine has struggled with finding the weight on her stones today. Often too light, even on the takeouts, just too light. You know, it over curls. The draws have been coming up really
have a
really short.
little bit of discussion here.
Whether or not they're going to take a break or not, they don't.
Yeah, White Mass was setting up, but I think Viry, they want to have this 5-minute break. And this is the first time in the history of Belgian curling that Wipe My Ass is kind of saying, come on, guys, let's not waste time here. We don't want to take the break. Normally, Wipe My Ass would have been the team that went inside.
Coming inside to have a beer.
Yeah. This is... yeah, I think they feel like they have the momentum, they're in the game, and they want to keep it going. They want to...
I'm kind of the same. I'm not a fan of the 5-minute break, but it's there. It's a rule. Teams can take it, so I don't whine about it. But it does, like, I don't need to have it. I want to keep playing. I want to keep that momentum.
Yeah, in most cases, I'm not super thirsty or super hungry, or you have a coach that comes in to give some kind of a quick debrief. If you don't have that, then why? But the good thing with the 5-minute break is, viewers out there, they can appreciate our lovely faces and our opinion on this game. But before we give our opinions on the game, I am going to give my opinion on John's prediction here. It was a terrible prediction.
Yeah. They're not playing very well right now. They just really don't have command of the ice, the speed, the lines. You know, leaving a lot of stones short. Flashing takeouts wide, so Viry's really got a lot of work to do with these next few ends. Unfortunately, they're giving back the hammer to Wipe My Ass with the 7-point lead, so I am not confident this is going to go past 6 ends, to be honest. We're going to need to see a steal, probably a big steal. I think Viry would probably have to steal 2 big times to keep pushing this.
Indeed, because with this 7 points lead, there is even a scenario where you have to technically shake hands after 7 ends, because if the score lead is more than 8 points, but then there's just no way of coming back in the game. That's just huge.
Yep.
I think the only thing Viry can do now is, I don't know, steal, put up a lot of guards, and then put stones in the house, and then make better shots. I think that was kind of the story for Viry here. Just the skip efficiency was so low that's even with the small.
I don't want to put it. I wouldn't put it all on the skip.
No,
I think
true.
everybody has been off. Severine has missed a couple of takeouts wide. Matthias has left some stones short. Same for.
True. But I remember a draw against a 4 house was left short, and then they gave up 4 instead of scoring 1. That's a 5-point difference. If that Wipe My Ass was leading 4-0, and by leaving that short, suddenly they were leading 8-0 instead of 4-1. 4-1 was okay.
They're still in the match. It's still
8-0. That's suddenly puts things in perspective, and we can see a little Wipe My Ass flag. We have the fans in the venue, players here.
That's the players.
The players.
They're coming into photo to bomb the
bomb the booth here.
They got 5 minutes. Why not?
Yeah, if you have 5 minutes and you have to kill some time, I think they don't really have to discuss tactics or discuss what to do better. If you're comfortably leading 8-1, you can start celebrating.
Just gotta keep playing the way you've been playing. I'm just trying to look over, see if I can catch it on the screen here in the audio in the cafeteria, but nope, it already passed. But yeah, it's they're playing quite well. They don't need to change much or anything really. Just keep throwing those stones the way they're doing. Play what's in front of them, and I think that's just their style. Is okay. We'll see what's there, and then we'll make a decision. And I think I would have done things a little bit differently on some stones from Vincent, but his decisions have been working out for them, so it's really hard to question. I mean, it's when you look, you have an 8-1 lead. It's really hard to say, "Am I doing something wrong?" It's no, it's you're doing exactly what you need to do. Let Viry shoot themselves in the foot, and that's what's been happening. Sometimes you don't have to play an amazing match to win a big one. If the other team is struggling, let them struggle. Try to put them in positions where they're going to struggle, and see if they can break out of it. And if they can, you tip your hat to them, but otherwise you just take the points and move on.
Correct. But yeah, I think we also have a matchup coming later today. We will have right there the Blue Huskies
down below me
against the Yellow Brick Daltons, the new Blue Huskies. I think Yellow Brick Daltons, formerly known as Curling Stones, and then Blue Huskies, also formerly known as the Blue Huskies. It's sounds weird when you pronounce it, but we kind of consider it as a new team, basically, because I have 3 players leaving the team, and then we have Hannah and Britt joining. They also switched skip. Veerle is now the skip, so a lot of things changed in that team.
Yep.
Therefore, I think we consider it kind of as a new team, but they opened their season very strong with the victory against Steenhoed. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing them play. I heard some good things. Dirk saying that it's race takeouts, that it's double takeouts, all of that kind of stuff. So I hope your clicker is all warmed up, because if they follow through on that prediction, we're all set for a pretty nice game.
All right,
but let's hop back to the ice.
Back out on the ice. So Matthias will be starting things off for Viry Châtillon 2. I'm waiting for somebody who speaks French to come into the live chat and just tell me to stop attempting the French because it's so bad.
Well, do is the correct pronunciation.
Oh, I had some French colleagues who used to tease me because I would try to pronounce a French word, and it sounded right. I thought I was saying exactly the way they were, and they would still say, no, it's do. But I said do. No, you said do. It's do.
Yeah, it's not do, it's do indeed.
But no, it was like they were just mimicking.
Okay,
they were pronouncing the same, and just like, no, you're saying it wrong. You're saying it like this, and then they just say it exactly the same. It'd be like saying, banana. No, it's banana. That's what I said, banana. No, you said banana, but it's banana. Oh, first stone was hogged from Viry, so that's not a great start to the second half. Jost's going to try to keep this one in play. He had his struggles early with speed at the beginning, but this one looks to be all right. This one comes up just a little bit short, but hey, center guard. Although with the hammer, they don't need center guards.
Yeah.
That's more of a corner. That's outside the tramp track.
Yeah,
that's
a corner.
That's a corner.
And needed to be in the house. Slight misjudgment from the sweepers, and kind of classic skip there, blaming the sweepers for that.
Oh, look at this one just immediately curl. I think that picked something up.
Yeah,
but it's also very light.
Yeah, but look at
that just really took something. That's definitely got to pick something up.
Must be because it's dying, and it's dying in a weird place there.
Yeah, that right out of his hand just moved to the right.
Yeah, he's probably
see Ben going through and sweeping just to make sure that line is clear in the middle.
Oh, and it's not how you want to kind of come out of the break. You have some pep talk. Okay, guys, maybe we're not going to win this, but let's just put our best game out there. Have a step off the ice with a good feeling. But then if you hawk your first 2 stones,
it makes it difficult.
Yeah.
Ben just kind of keeping it clean in front. Now they're starting to sweep a little bit. No one's telling the skip what to do, what the speed is, so he's like, I don't know what to do. This one looks pretty good. I think it's going to stop right in front of the tee.
Very nice setup.
I will say that is probably the one thing the Wipe My Ass needs to work on is their sweeper skip communication. I think Ben does an okay job, but he's not always vocal about it, especially when he's sweeping.
So on sheet C, halfway the game, we have the Luxembourg ladies. They are leading 7-2, so it's very close to confirmation that the Luxembourg ladies will promote to B, especially if they win. That's a confirmation, and with 7-2, even a tie would put them in a very strong position.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they have the other Luxembourgian team watching back home. They still have to play the first game. But,
yeah, that's gonna be strange. Like Luxembourg men, they still have a lot of matches, all of their matches left to play.
And this guard has to be replaced, and that is another stone for Viry. That is that has no value.
Yeah. Nope, that is
And
the fifth stone.
We gaan
Yep,
die weg doen.
that-
hè. Wacht, een van ons terug.
Yeah, the yellow one has to go back.
Ja, maar we hebben een guard ook, hè. Je hebt een guard, hè.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to choose whether that stone is a red one or a yellow one, you might as well go for the yellow one.
The yellow one, yeah.
Yeah. He's still thinking, okay, do I really want to... I can understand that you don't want the guard if... but by allowing the red to stay there, the guard will... The guard is going to be there anyway, so you
Yeah.
might as well...
Might as well be your stone. Yeah, exactly. This is a no-brainer for me. You take that red one away. and-
Yeah.
Dan hebben ze al 3 weg, dan kunnen ze maximum 5 maken. Zo kunnen we het ook bezegen. Ja, oké.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was there it goes. Now they've got it.
Like, I was kind of doubting. Okay, am I missing something? I'm trying to get in the head of Vincent. Like, what option is he considering?
No, it was. I think it was Ben. Ben
Okay.
saying, "Well, what's the point? Now it's guarding over ours because this one it's slightly off, so it leaves that back one exposed. But it's not really exposed in a way that's going to help where that red's going to get buried if they take it out.
Yeah. Yeah, and if they want to go and take it out, chances are the shooter rolls out. If you have a score lead, well, I wouldn't mind if the opponent is going for takeouts, risking taking stuff out.
Yep.
That's kind of what you want, basically. Kind of
Yeah,
forcing
let them shoot. Let them force them to throw takeouts and lose things.
You really want them to abandon their own setup and start to chase.
Yep.
Your own stones.
Over on
Worden
sheet
deze-
A, Team Vareka stole
Ja, een beetje
2
verder,
in the
maar-
5th, so
Ja,
they
dat
lead
is
that
perfect.
match 9-1 over
Ja.
Viry, Équipe Vernon, which is also Viry.
Ja.
Yeah.
Ja, verschiet er eigenlijk van.
And a little correction over on sheet C, it's not the Luxembourg ladies, it's the Letzeburg ladies.
Letzeburg, oh yeah.
They are from Luxembourg, but they call themselves Letzeburg ladies. Or it's probably pronounced Leutzeburg since it's more German than French, but
Ja, dus hij is trager,
I
dus
don't have a
ja,
problem with
veel meer curl.
no one's ever
Ja.
corrected me, so. This one's going to catch that middle yellow.
Yeah, see, this is exactly if you're white masked kind of stuff you like to see.
Ja,
All right, I have now officially been corrected. Leutzeburg is actually the Luxembourgish word for Luxembourg.
Yeah, in French it's Luxembourg.
Yep. Luxembourgish is a bit of a hybrid French-German sounding language. It is very interesting to hear. You think you're hearing German, but then you think you're hearing French, and then you realize you're not hearing either.
ziet er heel goed uit. Let op als hem stilvalt. Nee, het ziet er heel goed uit. Ja. Laat hem maar gewoon gaan. Een beetje verder is
It's,
misschien beter
it's a
of
curl,
moeilijker
it's
om hier
curling
te leggen.
nice.
Great. That's going to be a
it's
nice
good, it's
stone.
perfect,
Really
perfect.
good.
Excellent there. Excellent stone.
Textbook.
Textbook guard, exactly. Vincent. Very nice stone there.
Yeah. And Viry, yeah, they have to
To start
do
hitting.
breakdown. Yeah.
And this is where I find if you're having your third start hitting and you're not in the house yet, that means you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And this one inside.
This one could curl a lot. It did with some previous stones. If they don't have the weight.
It's going to catch that top guard.
Okay.
And
C'était,
that shooter is going to slide over the top of the house and stays in play, but
Well, it stays in
way
play.
out inside. It's useless.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
Liggen, hè?
Maybe Rachel Homan or Kevin Cooey or someone like that, or Nicholas Sedin could use that stone to get inside, but very, very few people here in the Belgian league would use that, especially not down in League C.
Encouraging head tap there.
Just looking for a guard up in front of the house, take away any kind of draws to the button.
Oké. Goeie lijn. Snelheid zit. Hij moet erin, hè. Vegen, ja.
They want this one in the house. So it's trying to go for the sweep just to make sure it carries down. Did they wait a little too long?
Ja, dat is toch.
Yep, just a little bit too long. Should have gotten that one before halfway. And over curls a bit, so that outside is a little bit exposed.
I don't mind it.
Celine saying, no, we're going to try to shoot this gap.
Yeah, they
And,
need stones in the house. This one has weight.
Much better release on that one. No pulling in or out. Just has to make sure it's on the line. Is this one going to carry past the guards? This one looks really good. Gets it by.
Excellent stone. Excellent.
Wow.
Finds the roll outside. Perfect.
Very, very nice stone there from Sylvania. What
Yeah.
exactly what they needed.
Best stone for Viry I've seen this game.
Match. Yep, yep. Not fully buried, but still it's a tough gap to shoot. Now, although
If you're really splitting here, but
I am, yeah. But but I was just about to say they just, Viry showed, hey, we can get it. You can get it through there, and
Yeah.
so that's all.
yeah, if I was wipe my ass, I would still try it.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You take away your own guard, well, then that's an easier takeout afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't need
Oh,
those
they're
guards
going to
anyway.
try to run back the guard. So you just talked about hitting yellow on the nose, so I think that's what they're going to do. Try to run that back at the nose hit, which is also okay.
Some extra style points on that.
We should also give credit to Matthias and Severin for sweeping on that previous
yeah.
stone. They did a really
Definitely.
good job to hold that line and get it past, because that just snuck past the past that guard. I'm gonna love to go watch the overhead view of that one and see how close it really got. Tokyo Drift.
Oh, oh.
Needs to curl over.
Ja, ja, ja. Komt goed. Komt heel goed. Nee, juist.
There
Well,
are,
that works too.
yeah, because the Curdia is sitting in a very interesting position right now, so that definitely works.
Yeah, that is absolutely the best miss they could have had. It's
Yeah.
not hard enough, and
If you have to miss, then do it in a way that you can celebrate anyway.
En fond, c'est chaud, hein?
are they looking at? If I go to the overhead really quick, they are looking at possibly what? A draw in here, corner freeze, or are they looking to hit and roll off their red underneath? I'm not sure what they're going
Ah
for
ouais,
here.
mais c'est chaud, c'est vraiment chaud, quoi. Après, si c'est sur la garde, c'est pas mal, mais c'est...
Maybe they want to kind of come in with kind of controlled, soft. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Hackway?
Yeah.
Sneak it around that guard and tap that yellow one out. It's definitely got some weight behind it.
Ouais!
Or maybe not. No, this one falling too much didn't have any weight.
Allez!
Just kind of thrown off by the...
and that makes things even a bit worse.
Yeah, unfortunate there.
Yellow sitting 2 right now.
Yeah, see, the weight of that stone didn't help me figure out what kind of shot she was actually trying to throw. It was too light for something, but not heavy enough for another. Well, there is a huddle going on over on sheet C in the house. I'm hearing some commotion from the cafeteria. Meanwhile, over here on sheet B, Wipe My Ass is looking to try to kind of steal a couple of more, or not. No, it's their hammer, so they're looking to put this one even further out of reach. They're sitting 2. Nope, they're going for a measure over on sheet C. But I think they're measuring for second stone over there, because they pulled one stone off already. So, but I did not see which color. I think it might have been red, but I'm not 100% sure.
Things look pretty nice for the Letzenberg ladies here.
Dirk just said I think they're measuring for third stone. Okay. So it could be 3 for red. 2 or 3 for red over there.
I think if it's 3 for red, it's definitely handshake at some point.
It's only the 5th end, so
yeah, but
they still have to play one more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll see early handshakes over there.
Now update on sheet A, where Verreken stole in the 5th end, and they are leading pretty big now. I think it's 9-1. So,
yeah, I already gave that update.
Okay, yeah, I forgot.
They're finished. It looks like they're getting down to the last couple of stones of end number 6 there.
At least, John, at some point I was like, did we pick the right game to stream? Because there is not that much tension, but it's the same thing with all of the games so far this afternoon.
You have to... And also, you some games you just can't pick by what's going to happen on paper. You never know what's going to happen. I thought this was going to be a much closer matchup, but yeah, it turns out we were wrong. But then again, all of the sessions, every match is going kind of lopsided in one way. So
yeah, I think the idea was we wanted to give League C and Wipe My Ass some screen time.
As well as Viry do. You know, they travel up here. It's always nice for their family and friends back home to be able to watch them. Hopefully they're watching. Bonjour, if you're watching. Comment allez-vous? Voulez-vous de beurre?
Yeah, you can see the viewers dropping right now after this.
Wouldn't be the first time. So the measurement was 2 for the Luxembourg ladies, the ladies from Luxembourg. So they lead that match 9-2 as they start the 6th end. They're leading the Curling Cubs. Curling Cubs had a big win this morning. And then, you know, this is how it works. Sometimes that you get it in one match, and the next match you don't have it. So this one looks good around the guard. They didn't make sure. Don't need to sweep too much.
I think the weight is behind T line, so.
Oh, it's gonna.
Nope.
Oh, good. Nope. Stops right there. That looked like that was gonna carry just a little bit too much, but
I saved you from a hashtag John's wrong there.
Well, I didn't finish my sentence.
I saved you because you were going to start. Ooh, it looks like it's gonna, but I had to stop you there. Just to. It's a very good stone from Viry. The thing is, you could say, "Oh no, they're sitting shots. We will lose the cent." But you could also say, like, "Hey, I don't see them scoring 2 or more here. The victory is a bit closer right now." And now, since the stone from Viry is behind T line, I would just go for the exact same draw. Just freeze it up against it, and then that would just seal the deal, I guess.
Yep.
And even if it's slightly kind of in the Yeah,
Looks
just
like-
freeze it up against it should
Yeah,
take care
that's-
of things.
Yeah, exactly what they'd like to do. That looks like what they're going for here.
Hey, vegen dan.
Oh, sweeping hard here. Need to sweep for line. 3 sweepers on it. Looks okay-ish. I think it looks okay. It looks okay. Whoa.
There we go, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna steal 2.
Excellent.
Or a score of 2.
Excellent.
So-
This is something you can
Very
click
nice
as well.
steal there.
U vraagt, wij draaien.
Just putting salt in the wound there because it was a very good stone from Celine.
Yep.
But then follow through with an equally excellent stone from Wipe My Ass here,
So,
taking away the last bit of hope potentially for Viry to have a comeback.
yeah, that's gonna put things away. I think 10-1. Viry's gonna need to score big in this end just to have hope. And I think if we don't see a 4 or a 5 house from Viry in this one, I think we're gonna see handshakes. Massive stone there from Vincent to finish the end.
Yeah.
Jos is going to start things off for Wipe My Ass here in the 6th. So they lead at 10-1 over Viry Châtillon 2. And while we're waiting for Jos, over on sheet A, Equipe Renault scored 2 in the 6th. So it is 9-3 over there as they enter the 7th end.
Yeah, they can still play for it. I think
Ja, 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 ja.
a
Kijk
good
naar de
additional
center.
steal. Let's see where this
Centergaardje.
brings them.
Goed, bedankt jongens. Goed, goed.
Going for a center guard here, although they have the 10-0 or 10-1 leads.
Yeah, I almost would want to just throw this one through the house, put it in the house, and
Là ou là? Tu veux quoi?
trying to decide. They're going to go in the house.
Ah,
I would
mais
put
là.
this one behind. Yep, they're going to play it out to the edge. I do not have the hammer, but sometimes you got to look at it and go, let's get onto the pin and then start splitting the house. But Matthias opting to go, wanting to go outside.
Faut pas qu'elle touche la jeune. C'est bon. Ouais.
This one's starting to curl a lot. That one really kind of turned a bit. Is that
Mais
going to
qu'est-ce
end
qu'elles
up
font,
being
ces
short?
pierres?
Corner guard could work
Non, mais
as
elle
well.
était rapide et d'un seul coup,
Actually, I like the corner guard better because if it was in the house and I was wipe out or wipe my ass, I would just take it out, take everything out that's in the house, and with a corner guard, that's kind of the first start.
Yep.
A build up. Sometimes you would see teams actually going for a double guard setup, but then again, you also want to have stones in the house.
Yeah, I think the most pressure that Wipe My Ass could put on Viry is just to start throwing stones in the house and saying, come after it. Because if Viry's going to try to build things up, it's,
Rustig. Nee.
yeah, it's not going to be easy for them.
Let op. Ja, doe maar. Doe maar. Denk ik.
Technically, this is the right build-up as a non-hammer team to have a center guard and then something on the pin. And then in terms of that, they're very nicely lined up. Well, not super nicely. It's half exposed and it's behind the T, but it's decent. But if you tailor in the score leads,
Yeah,
I think an open house is still the better opportunity, because now you're kind of inviting them at some point to just freeze up against it or try and take it out with the hack with takeout, that kind of stuff. And then Viry could make use of your own guards. You don't really want to be put in a position where you have to start cleaning your own guards.
Ouais.
now it starts to
Allez,
curl.
allez, encore.
Need to make sure this one gets into the house, but I
Allez,
don't think
allez,
it's going to
allez.
get out behind that guard.
Merci.
Die wegdoen.
Yep. If I'm Wipe My Ass, I just clear it out. If it's
Yeah.
in the house, get it out.
Yeah, that's the kind of the name of the game. We do not allow
Zet die maar weg.
stones of the opponent in the house. Because
Oké, ja. Guard. Ja. Welke kant? Doe maar over hier, want anders zit het in de andere kant. Hè?
Going to come from the outside for the stone.
sweepers are on it.
It doesn't feel like it's got enough weight behind it. No, is that going to get to even the hog line? I don't think so. Nope.
Ja.
Not enough. If that was a takeout or even a draw.
I think they were going for a guard. I think they were want to have a kind of the double center guards and then start to defend that stone on the back four.
Ouais. Oui, 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 oui. Allez, 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 à fond, à fond, à fond, à fond. Tape. Laissez-la curler un peu.
One a little bit outside, but I think
Oui,
that
oui,
will
oui, oui.
get down and tap the red one
Allez,
a
allez,
little bit
allez.
closer.
A small tap in the house. I think
Tape,
I'd
tape,
want
tape,
it
tape.
in the
Les
house
collez pas, les
just
collez pas. Voilà. Ah, vous collez-les.
Oh,
Just
Non, trop tard.
freeze? Did that freeze up against it? Nope, little bit of a gap. So possible takeout there. We'll see what's
Guard.
opting to go after that. I think I would just be a little bit more let's get things out. There's not much we can do wrong with that. Even if they get rid of their own, it's more keeping Viry from scoring big.
Over.
One has the weight to get over the hog this time.
Ja, IJzer.
I feel like it's going to... Yeah, that's a nice one. That's going to curl just right. Very nice stone there. Good stone from Roland.
Tu tires. Si tu touches la garde là, c'est pas grave. Oui. Allez, 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 à fond, à fond, à fond, à fond, à fond, à
Oh,
fond,
just
allez,
cannot
tout le
cross
long,
the
tout le
center
long.
line.
Allez, allez,
Just
allez.
cannot cross the center
Allez,
line.
allez, encore,
Yeah, it's gonna
encore,
catch
encore.
that
Dégagez la
guard.
jambe. Hop. Et l'autre.
Oh,
Oh no. He catches it with his foot,
Yeah.
and where was that red one going to be? It certainly wasn't going to be there.
it's a little bit of a discussion. Normally, it's up to the opponent skip to say, I think it would probably be there.
I think the red was going to jam on the yellow one and be pretty much stopped, so I think it would go back up to about where...
Are they making conversations about the...
Oops, did I...
Maar ja.
I accidentally forgot to switch things. Yep. It's about where his feet are.
Yeah.
I think that's about where it would go back.
Yeah, you would have expect that the skips have that discussion amongst...
They're just gonna leave it. They're not
gonna
gonna
leave it, yeah.
bother. It's probably a lot easier than trying to figure it out.
Het probleem avec son...
Yeah, I think the rule says you could also take it out, put it where you thought it would have ended up, or leave it as is, and then the kind of...
It's not it's once it makes contact with another stone, it's no longer the stone in play. They're all in play, so it's not burned. So
No, it's not burned, so it's
you
up to
couldn't take
the...
it out of play.
No,
They
no,
just
you
have to
can't.
decide where it's going to go. Because you said it was gonna.
But you can't take it out of play if you want to.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
You have to leave it in play? You cannot say, no...
If they touch the shooting rock before it touches anything else, then they can take it out of play. But once it touches something else, it becomes like all the other stones that were sitting there, and they get to choose. It's like, where would it have ended up?
So you can't reset the game.
I don't
so to
believe
speak.
so. Then again, I've been known to be wrong. I could just be making this stuff up. Just because I don't know what it means doesn't mean I'm lying.
Oh ja, valt veel, maar
There we go. Forgot to switch it back.
alles wat in de weg ligt is goed. Dat van ook, het is nog niet zo.
It's still a situation that looks potentially promising for Viry. That the yellow one is still within reach. Can run back their own redstone. Then they would set 3. As long as they can reach that yellow stone, they have options to add some points to the board.
Yeah, I think I would be
Ouais,
aiming.
sinon, oui. Ok, on essaye. Allez.
Because you'll have to deal with the yellow stone at some point.
Yeah, and I think it's better to do it now because all Wipe My Ass has they're doing is throwing guards up there. So if
Ça
they
passe ou ça passe pas? Tu la vois? Ok.
I think they're going to be coming out. They're going to try to tap this red one back. Ooh, slide was inside and then corrected back to the out. Did she push it out too much?
Ah ouais.
Starts to curl. Ooh, yeah, starts to curl hard.
Needs to curl more though.
Yeah, but what about the weight? That's the
There's
thing.
not enough weight. Yeah, but if
Ah,
they
c'est
swept
pas
it, it was on the yellow.
c'est pas un
So
tir, ouais.
oh, gets the right line.
Oh,
just-
but this could work. I mean, they can still do
yeah, they can
tap
still tap
through.
it back. Yeah, so not the worst, but they need to have weight behind it.
Yeah.
They need to get those weight in there.
I mean, that could also be kind of a consideration. Technically, you want to tap it through, but if you're struggling to have that kind of weight, if you know that something that's not part of your skill sets, then you can opt to have your third draw in and then hope that with the 7 and 8 stone, you can do those run backs.
Yep.
Oké. Moet nog veel vallen.
One quite
Snelheid zeker
wide.
verkeerd, want die gaat stilvallen. Nee, 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 nee. Nee, 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 nee.
Didn't want this one.
Kunnen ze... Ja, maar ça va.
Well,
dat is goed.
It's they wanted
It's-
this one above the house, take away a draw.
Then again,
It's
it is sitting kind of behind the guard. It's
it's deep
narrowing
enough
down
that
the
they can't.
scoring area, so all of these stones in front could be taken out of play.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Sur la
it's
jaune.
It has some value.
it doesn't help the at all at Viry at all because
No.
it's too far
passe
back
plus,
to be
tu verras.
backing.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think indeed. Wipe My Ass, they might not like it, but if I was Viry, I would also not really be happy with that yellow stone kind of
jaune.
sitting there in the back.
Yeah, it takes those 3 reds at the top of the house out of counting, so or being potential counters because now they have to get 2 away. So I think they're going to try to clear off this guard on the side.
Ouais, 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 ouais. Ouais. Top, top, top,
This
top.
one's over curling. It's going to catch that yellow. Is it? No, it's going to crash out of their own reds.
And a little splits.
And stays on the side of the house, but I think that top one is just a bit out
Yeah,
of the
okay.
house. Oh yeah,
Is that stone sitting in the house? Over there?
Oh, that's a tight one. That's really hard to
alle
tell.
4,
It's casting a bit of shadow. I don't know, but
It could be.
I think it is.
It could be. Yeah.
My guess it's in the house, and
garde.
no,
No, no, no,
if
no.
it's really important at this stage, but in the odd case that Viry could take out both yellow stones there,
Yeah.
I think imagine some kind of run back.
Yeah, they
Well-
could still run that center red back onto the yellow.
Yeah.
And then
Haven't figured
Try
out
to-
how.
try to figure out a way to get back. Well, if they're able to get that one out and White Mass doesn't cover up anything else or put anything else in the house, they could then try to do a hack weight draw at that one at the back and
Mais sauf que, ouais.
Erover is goed, hè. Ah. Liever dat je nu veegt dan dat je ze beter kort komt. Erover, ja.
And there we go, covering that one up. Good play there. And leaving it offset, so it's going to be even harder to run back in the right line. Very nice stone there from
En fait,
Vincent.
faut
Good
qu'on
call.
on est obligé de virer. Allez, mets-la là. Et en fait, la garde. Et si
Yeah,
jamais
he
elle
noticed
passe
that
par, un contrôle
that
de
run back
bien,
option was always there, and Viry was kind of leaving it as an option to do with the 7th or 8th stone.
bah, je sais pas.
I think if you
Ça,
look,
ou
if
alors
we
on
look at the
tente le
near,
dolly, hein.
that
Et
yellow
encore,
one
je
is
regarde.
so high up, it's going to be hard to do anything with.
Commence par le dolly, comme,
Yeah.
comme l'autre
The
fois.
run back is still an option,
Sauf
Yeah.
que là,
of
il faut
course,
qu'elle
because
passe
I
là,
think
faut que tu la mettes là.
if they run back that stone, the yellow
ouais.
one is not going to be in
Ouais.
the house because that
Pire,
red
j'ai un
stone
appui là, déjà,
is
je fais un point.
slightly outside of the house, so
Yep.
they can still do the run back. They just need an extra stone in the sequence.
Yep. I see over on sheet A, Keep Renault stole 2 in the 7th. That's tightening up over there. So, but Team Vereka leads 9 to
Il est un peu
5.
plus fort, au
Well,
moins, il a
9 to
l'appui,
5 is
et,
still,
voilà.
well, it's a comfortable lead, but it's not that you can say, okay,
Yeah. They
let's-
have but they have a 4-point lead in the last end, going
Yep.
into the last end. So
yeah.
they don't have to do anything dangerous. They can just play a hitting game, and Team Verneau is gonna have to
Lâche
keep
intérieur.
Verneau is gonna have to try to
Allez à fond.
build something up.
And that's something Vreken can do, kind of keep the house open, clean, and
Oh no, she left it light
Si,
again.
si, si, dégagez-la, dégagez-la.
ouch.
Hein?
Yeah, and
Ouais, carrément.
Redelijk dicht of leggen we hier nog
yeah,
in?
this.
Maar ja,
I
die
mean, they
ding,
had
dat is
options.
geen
They,
punt,
they
hè,
had
maar
to
die moet
throw
je kaarten.
2 very good stones, of course, but there
Yeah.
were options to score a big house. But all of a sudden, I
Dat
think,
is ook niet dubbel, hè, want
I mean, they
Yeah.
needed that one in the house, and they needed that one to.
yeah, there needed to be some kind of hackway, so they had that one run
goed
back
breed, hè, goed breed.
as their final stone, their final
Yep.
closure.
Yeah, because that would have been a potential for 6.
Yeah, a
Had
run
it.
back for 6 could have been nice, and suddenly 10-7,
Yeah, they're back in it.
they're back in it with 2 more ins to play. Only 3-point gap with 2 more ins to play. That would have been feasible. I mean, that's kind of dreaming out loud. Or,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're walking through the ifs and
Yeah.
what ifs, but
But technically, that scenario was on the ice.
Yeah.
Now it's not anymore.
No.
I think.
honestly, and I felt like
Alsjeblieft.
so Celine's weight has been her
Ja,
stone
maar
speed has
Q
been
eigenlijk,
very, very off today. Just underthrowing
Ah,
a
dat is
lot of
een combinatie
stones.
onder,
Yeah.
She really needed that one to be rather heavier than light.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Sometimes if it's the fourth that's making these misses or kind of struggles with takeouts, lines, weights. If it's your first or your second, you kind of can correct some errors, but with the last stones, well, you pay them cash.
This one's a bit high. I want to watch this one on the screen inside, because to me that looked like Vincent held that one a little bit past the hog line.
Yeah, excellent stone here.
Yeah, that was a good finishing position. Very nice stone there.
La même chose.
But
Un plus
Is
fort,
there
vas-y.
a run back where you
Là,
could do
et,
some
bah non, là, y a
heavy
pas le choix.
No.
damage? I
Je vais
don't
No.
think so. You can get 2 out, but not 3. Never 3.
Bah
No.
oui, mais j'en vire, en fait, j'ai que ça à faire. Je peux pas me faire des points.
And
honestly,
Parce que là,
I
je
would,
pourrais
yeah,
faire
the
la
way
promo, ou
I would
alors
look at
après, la
this,
promo,
it's heavyweight
avec la rouge.
on that yellow,
oui, mais y a
run
que
its
ça,
nose on the yellow, run it into the red.
Si je
Red
la
could
tape,
possibly take out
bah,
2
vas-y,
there,
on
but you've
envoie
got to
ça, y a
put
que ça à
Yeah.
faire.
The thing is,
A
you
lot
have
of
to,
weight.
you have to do it.
La carte.
It's 10-1. This is
La carte,
end
et en
number
fait, c'est la-
6.
Yeah.
faut la
Drawing for 1 is
lâcher.
not going to help you.
Faut que je
Going
tape
to 10-2, 10-1. That's
Ici.
basically the same thing. So I would say, you know what? Let's do
Bah, y a
the
ça,
all or
ça, hein.
nothing YOLO
Yep.
Ça.
super cannon,
Comme ça,
and then
et puis,
Jesus
bah,
take the
là.
wheel.
Mais un balai là. T'as vu où
Game.
ça tapait?
Has finished on sheet see with another steal for the Letzenburg ladies. They have a very, very solid win, and they go to League B in style. So teams in League B, hold on to your pants because the ladies are coming.
I don't know if that's appropriate for the 2 o'clock broadcast. Maybe for the 8 o'clock Friday night broadcasts. But this is Sunday. It's a family channel.
So Vince close to tripping over the cushions there.
All right, so last opportunity for Celine. Bigger weight on the way. Hopefully they're sweeping it. I just don't know if this has enough weight to move everything around. It's got to move 5 stones, and it's a little bit outside.
And this is a steal of 3 and a deadly steal of 3, I think. This is a mortal.
Yeah.
Il fallait pas la prendre, mais je
That's
sais pas si.
gonna move things to.
Hein?
Yep, I heard we're gonna Reds, and we have handshakes.
Yeah, 30-1. That's obvious. Obvious.
Merci.
Yeah,
joué.
that's. I feel for Viry there. They just was not their day.
No.
Wipe my ass. Played a really good game, really strong, really solid all the way through. Are they going to cheer at the end? I don't think they do.
I think they will.
Oh, they do pictures. They always take a picture.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe with everybody, we'll see what they do. Well, do we need to see what they do?
No, we've seen enough of the team, John.
So, wow, not the result we were hoping for. You know, obviously we like everything going to the last stone and the 8th end and even extra ends if we can. Doesn't always work out that way. Every match in this session, lopsided blowouts for one team. So really, what can you say? Congratulations to Wipe My Ass. They played very, very good. They're putting themselves in a really strong position to get promoted as well. They're gonna be watching the Yekapyuk scores the next session just to kind of follow along and hopefully get some help there.
Yeah, I think the thing I'll remember from this game is it's 13 points for Wipe My Ass, and I have 13 reasons to say why my predictions are better than John's predictions. I am leading 2-0, and I am heading very strong into this last game. I think for John, we can still.
Oh, I can't
double up.
win. I just have to get on the board. That's all I can do is just try to pick and it's a best of 3 and you've won 2, so you've won the weekend. But I can still get on the board and feel good about myself afterwards. So
yeah, and I still want that honor of having the perfect streak, 3 in a row.
We have it. We can we can watch the guys. They do their little picture after every match they win. They give themselves a nice little selfie. You had it and then you lost it.
Yeah.
And you missed it.
Oh, no problem.
We'll come back.
We'll come back to that. It was just a small picture there. They are very proud. I think they will be very happy with this win and Wipe My Ass. They are sitting strong. I think they are still look upwards. They are putting pressure on Yekapyuk and, obviously not on the Luxembourg ladies because they have promoted to League B. Congratulations. And it's Yekapyuk or Wipe My Ass. I don't really record or recall the standings, but I think those two teams will fight for the place number 2 in the second promotion.
They still have a match against each other, so Wipe My Ass wins. They will get promoted no matter what. They'll have the tiebreaker, so that will be an important match. We'll have to find out where that is on the calendar and possibly bringing that to you. So that will be a deciding game in the in League C.
Yes.
So that is going to be it for us this afternoon. We have another match coming up at 6:15, although it says 8:15, but it's
6:16. Yeah, I'm going to fix that. 6:16. Our YouTube channel is correct, and we'll see you in a couple of hours for the Huskies against the Yellow Brick Daltons. And until then, I want to thank everybody that was watching, but in particular, I want to thank Timo and Tur, donators of the stream, friends of the stream. So special appreciation for that. If you want to support Curdia TV or if you want to support this initiative, I mean, we're not getting rich, we're not getting paid in bricks of gold here. We do this out of passion for the sport, passion for the Belgium Curling League, and that really helps us kind of continue our efforts and continue to put curling out there. For viewers, for players who can rewatch their matches, and for fans who can watch the people out there. Also foreign teams teams, they can follow through on the performances of their teams abroad.
Yep.
So thank you a lot. And I hope you will keep supporting Curdia. It really means a lot to us.
Yeah, and aside from the monetary support, keep watching us, keep clicking like, send these out to your friends and family. Keep supporting. It's the easiest way to support us. Following us on social medias, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I did see, but that means to laugh. That means to giggle. So following us everywhere, liking us, subscribing, doing all those great things. Any support you can show us is great. Even just being here in the chat and not saying anything, just lurking and watching is great too. So thank you, everybody. Goodbye. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.
All of that.
Goeiedag.
And all of the above.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.